I've been really excited to be abroad. I was actually not really nervous. I just wanted to be on the grounds. I wanted to be in Europe, and I wanted to experience my program. What we have been doing is taking the works of James Baldwin, both fiction and nonfiction, studying it, analyzing it, looking at what he's trying to tell us about the Black experience, the African lens on Europe, him specifically being in Paris, and then also applying the different crafts of fiction writing, the crafts of nonfiction writing, to make ourselves forward thinkers and also better writers.
So even from when we went to Amsterdam, we also went to Paris, we also went to London, in which we got to know the darker side of these European countries, literally and figuratively.
For example, in London, they have what you call Brixton, while Paris has Little Africa. And although the two are centered around Black people, it's different diaspora of Black people.
So when I went to the British Museum, it was really important for me to understand a lot of the art was stolen. A lot of the pieces were looted from different parts of the world. Specifically, when I went to the Africa exhibit, you have to walk all the way downstairs to see it. But this program has taught me a lot about knowing yourself, knowing your history. So it's like I'm able to enjoy the art, but also understand how these things came to be.
For Paris, we got to go on this amazing journey through what James Baldwin had to go through. For example, we went to the restaurants that he visited and got to eat there. And not only that, we went to Shakespeare and Company, which is where James Baldwin actually used to say his pieces aloud.
And it's all been very exciting.
So travel writing, we've been focusing on travel writing, so going to different places and writing on our experiences.
I've had a really good time this month. I feel like I've learned a lot about myself, and it's just been really great to learn alongside so many people who want to do the same thing that you want to do with like so much earnestness. We've been kind of everywhere this month.
I have had the opportunity to go to Amsterdam, of course the countryside of the Netherlands where we're residing in now, the Dolomite Mountains in Italy, Venice, and then a couple of solo excursions as well.
Amsterdam is really wonderful, being able to kind of explore a city that is built so differently with all of its canals, and visit some of like really historical museums like the Rijksmuseum. We also got to travel to Italy. There, the Dolomites was absolutely my favorite part of this entire trip.
Hiking there was surreal, honestly. The mountains were unlike anything I've ever seen. They were like gray and dramatic, and it was just like being in a movie. So I definitely will dream about the Dolomites for the rest of my life.
In addition to just the hiking, we were able to learn about the history of the areas we were in, and do some writing about it.
Doing all of our workshops, sharing all of our experiences together, how these different places have impacted us, but also how we can impact different places.
I think my favorite part of studying abroad and being here is actually being in the town of Well. There's a peace and a calmness that we don't necessarily get back in Boston with like the big city. And so it's nice to just come here and be able to write and just find little pockets of time and space to do that.
I am lucky to be a part of the GBFA program. So I got to spend 2 sessions here in Kasteel.
It's been a very nice change of pace from studying in Paris, not only with the being in nature as opposed to a major metropolitan area, but I feel like just being at the castle itself has been very relaxing.
I'm doing a lot of reading, a lot of movie watching, but a lot of reading though, because it's very serene and it's nice to sit out by the bench, sit out by the random stuff pile out back.
We've done a lot this summer, a lot of traveling in the GBFA program. We've been to Prague, we just got back from Berlin, Rotterdam, Amsterdam.
I've really enjoyed all of our excursions. Our museum trips are a lot of fun. Lately, especially, we got to go to Amsterdam for like 3-4 days, 3 days, and then Berlin for almost a week. And we've gotten to see all sorts of cool things, and we get a lot of free time. And that free time can be used to look at even more museums and even more historical landmarks. I got to see a lot in Berlin, and I'm really grateful for that.
The world is just like so much bigger than you really think it is. And in a way, despite living in New York, I felt very sheltered. And like I didn't go out of my way to meet new people and kind of just stayed in my own bubble.
I've been learning a lot about courage, how to be a courageous person, to travel alone, to have faith in myself, but also be cautious about where I'm going. Research, do lots of research when you travel.
With each experience that I have while here, it's like a new root kind of develops. And I'm like this massive tree system. And every time I do something new, like when I was in London, Paris, Belgium, Amsterdam, the root system got larger, and there's just so many different paths that I can take.
I've learned that merely observing a place is not the same at all as actually talking to someone who lives there or works there, because you can go to a restaurant, or you can go to a church, and you can observe and take as many pictures as you want. You can even research online, but I think it's a different type of research and learning altogether when you actually have a 5-minute conversation with someone who can give you the knowledge immediately, and in their own human emotional way. So talk to people. It's okay. So I think I've learned that it's okay to talk to people, and strangers are nice for the most part.
I've enjoyed meeting people from Boston, meeting people from New York, and also people from all over the world.
It's been really exciting to be able to experience new places with such a small group of people who are all really focused on writing and focused on honing in our craft.
I learned a lot this summer. I think that the program was really coolly curated because we got to kind of explore things with our group, and we also got to explore things outside of our group. I've definitely become more independent and more confident when it comes to traveling alone. But I'm super appreciative of the home base at Kasteel, because sometimes we go to really busy cities. We went to Amsterdam and Venice, and it was nice to come back to and have a nice home base.
They kind of provide you with everything necessary to be happy and healthy in the time that you're not traveling. There's a whole barn with a bunch of musical instruments, which I love to play.
I'm jamming out in the barn.
We're going to talk about Sundays with Korean, which has been really lovely. What we do there is we bake things, we can paint, honestly do whatever we want. It's just a nice spot to go outside, meet each other, we drink tea, and everything. Have snacks.
I guess the whole experience for me was just very relaxing and welcoming. As Kai was saying, that Korean is one of the most nicest human beings I've ever met, and she is very, very energetic, and she has everything prepared. So when you actually have a conversation with her, when you actually are doing all this activity that she has prepared, it's just very and it's not just entertaining, but also it's very relaxing.
It feels like I can be a child running around again, which is nice. Yeah.
Hello everybody. I hope you had a beautiful time at the castle. Thanks for being part of my life. Safe trip back home and keep playing.
Dear Kasteel, summer 2025. This castle has been seen countless group of students come and go, but each group leaves behind its own story, written or shared experience, challenges, growth, and laugh. This summer, you have added your own unique chapter to that story. I've seen you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, explore new places and countries, and build friendships. You've shown creativity and true spirit of adventure. As you prepare to head on to your new challenges and adventures, remember that you've learned here is more than an academic. Thank you for making this summer one to remember.
I'm just really grateful that this program exists, and it's so unlike the energy in Boston. The shift once you're taken out of the city that I've seen in my work is just crazy. I did not know that I had that in me until I was fully like out in the fields.
Like, wow. I wish I was a good painter. You can always learn. I can. That's a way to be spontaneous, is just start doing art.
There's this field that they'll plant corn in at the beginning of the summer, and you'll just see it as like this dirt field that'll be covered in mud because it'll rain like 3 to 4 times a week. And then by the time you leave, there's almost a fully grown field of corn. And I think that's a great metaphor for what it's like living at the castle. It's like you're a seed that's been planted, and you leave a new person with a new perspective on life.
Do you have anything else to say? Ja, das wird. Guten Tag.
I think that everyone here definitely learned a lesson. My favorite part of the council was finding out that trust doesn't exist and love doesn't exist either.
I can see the computer screen in your glasses, but...
Mountains. Wait, I just said experiences like 5 times.
Cut that part out. Off the record. Cut that part out. Yeah, so like that.
Flew up, and he left.
Yeah.
We were actually contemplating the theory of relativity,
So we can really sleep.
I'm painting, by the way.
Each group leaves behind. Get into this at home.